Hello everyone, welcome back to this My Team series and to the Hungarian Grand Prix. If you missed qualifying yesterday or this is your first time watching one of my videos, hi, I'm Jumbo. But yeah, if you want to see the first part of this video, which we go through all the development that we've done going into this weekend and then qualifying, click the link on top of the screen now and that'll take you to that video first, and then you can watch this one afterwards. As there sometimes can be a few penalties applied going into the race, let's head over to Crofty to see if there's any changes to the grid.
Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly and Sainz, Wang, Perez, Norris and Esteban Ocon, Stroll, Kvyat, Charles Leclerc and Hubert, Albon, Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen and George Russell, Giovinazzi, Latifi, Matsushita and Nick De Vries.
Okay, so yeah, we are currently starting P7, which is great news for us. Hopefully we can make a few more overtakes and possibly even think about a podium. Who knows? Anyway, before we can even start racing, let's quickly have a look at the race strategy. So as we have to start on the soft tyre due to that's what we qualified in Q2 with, we will start on the soft tyre, pit on lap 6 to put on the medium tyre, which we'll do 14 laps on, and then we'll put another set of mediums on to the end of the race. Alright, so that's everything done. Let's go racing at the Hungarian Grand Prix. So here we are. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, engine revved, and away we go as we have got great traction. We've already passed Ricciardo and Gasly around the outside there, nearly on the grass, and we are up to P4. Unbelievable. We've got 3 of them as Ricciardo's on the inside, and we've got Gasly joining us on the inside as well. There's a little bit of contact with Gasly, but we've made that stick around the outside. Actually lost out to Ricciardo now as he's got better traction out there, and we are up to P5, so 2 cars. Oh, I thought we were going to go into the back of... We are very close to the back of Ricciardo. I generally thought we might go into the back of Ricciardo then. But yeah, we've got 2 cars off the line there. So that is very good news. As Gasly's looking up the inside going into turn 4. Although he's backed out of it bravely. Not bravely, sensibly rather. As that's really not an overtake in place. I don't think there ever has been an overtake there in real life. There may have been, as they are crazy, these F1 drivers. So I may be just making that up, but yeah. Normally it's not an overtaking place anyway, as we got right up the rear of Ricciardo there, very close to losing our front wing, and we actually had to come off the power a little bit there, and that has cost us a little bit of time. But yeah, our pace is very good. I did say this yesterday in qualifying. I think if we had actually put a good lap together, we'd actually be doing all right. But yeah, so far on lap 1, we cannot complain. As we're coming around to the last corner of lap 1, and we are going to remain in P5 as we cross the line. So an unbelievable start there, getting up to P5 on the first lap. And yeah, a couple of laps later on to lap 5, we are still hanging about with Daniel Ricciardo, but we are pulling away from Pierre Gasly behind. So as you can see, there is a bit of a gap forming in, as Daniel Ricciardo is actually coming in quite early. So yeah, we're coming on the next lap. But we need to put our foot down now and try and gain as much time as possible to try and do the overcut on Ricciardo, which is something you don't really see anymore. So into the pits we are coming on lap 6. So we did an okay lap. There wasn't any major mistakes, but yeah, as the tyres are going off, you're not going to be rapid. So yeah, with Ricciardo being on the fresher rubber, I assume he's put the mediums on. He probably will have been quicker, but you never know. If he's caught up in traffic, you generally never know. So into the pits we come. Softs off, mediums on, and it's a 2.6 second stop. That's not bad at all. Where is Daniel Ricciardo? There he is, and he's just gone past us there. So we're down in P18 and behind Ricciardo. So we weren't quick enough with that overcut, which was to be expected, really. And yeah, as you can see, we are catching up to the back of Ricciardo as he's in a bit of traffic. Whoa! Sliding again coming out of the chicane. We did that yesterday in qualifying as well. Luckily we held that, but we probably have damaged a little bit of our, taken some of the wear out of our brand new medium tyres, as we are all over the back of Ricciardo this time, as he is being held up by the slower cars in front. Obviously they're not actually like back markers, so they don't get blue flags, as this is for actual track position. We got the inside of Ricciardo there. Don't get the freeze as well, but hopefully we can hold on to this position we're just taken away from Ricciardo up the inside, and that was very nicely done. Not really, he didn't really challenge that too much, surprisingly, as we are being held up now, as Ricciardo was, by the slower Alfa Romeo of Nick De Vries. coming into turn 4 where we lost it twice yesterday. Hopefully don't do that today in the race, as we are so much quicker than that Alfa Romeo. Trying to go around the outside, we've gone way too wide onto the marbles as Ricciardo's looking up the inside there. Going to have to give him space, but we are currently ahead, so we'd have thought he'd back out. There's a little bit of contact going through the chicane. Obviously that's not going to work Ricciardo, as that's not an overtaking place you can really make an overtake. So yeah, very weird that he didn't back out that before, as we did have track position. But yeah, lost a bit of time to not Ricciardo, to De Vries rather, in Alfa Romeo, but we immediately caught back up to him, as we are much quicker than them now. In season 1 we were basically like battling them, but yeah, so much faster than them. We're going to go round the outside. He did have DRS as well. Going to go the long way round. Hope we can just get better traction out of here, and we have, and that is job done. So up to P14, and Matsushita is next, and look how much faster we are than him. In Sector 2, they are so slow, but you just can't get past them. So we are just stuck behind this really slow Williams. Coming around to the last corner now. Nearly touched his rear tyre, and this should be relatively straightforward. We're going to go around the outside. We've got DRS. We are using ERS as well. So yeah, we are giving it all the beans. That wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. Obviously their Mercedes powered work as well. Gone a little bit wide, and Matsushita is still there. So our old teammate is coming round the outside. We're going to have the inside going into turn 2. And that is job done this time, I believe. Or is he still there? No, that is job done. Phew. So up to P13 now, and in another lap, another car to get past. This time it's the Ferrari-powered Haas of Antonio Giovinazzi. We're going to go up the inside like we did with Ricciardo, and that is very easily done as well. So our package, our car rather, well, the package of the car, not my actual package, that's a little bit weird, is working wonderfully. Though if you are interested, my package does work wonderfully too.
Hey!
Probably going to get demonetised for that now, as we try to go up the inside of George Russell. And that didn't work. I don't know why we attempted that, as we are going to have such a bad exit as we did, and we're not going to be close enough to George Russell's Alfa Romeo to send one up the inside, I don't believe. No, we thought about it. So that's going to cost us quite a bit of time. A stupid mistake there. Don't know why we did that. And yeah, we're going to be stuck behind his Alfa Romeo for a lot longer. In Sector 2 now, we are so much faster than them. Look at them, all over the back of him going through Sector 2. And yeah, it's just frustrating, as we could be gaining. Oh, he's a bit slow out there. We're going to try and go up the inside. Yeah, we are. We're going to go up the inside. And that is a great move. Unexpectedly, did not expect to overtake there. And we have got through. And now we're chasing down Magnussen. So actually, if we get Magnussen onto next straight, we actually wouldn't have lost a lap stuck behind another slower car, which is good news. So obviously the Ferrari power isn't great, as we know on this game. Well, on this series anyway, as we're going to go to the inside this time and just be later on the brakes. We've got fresher tyres, and that should be job done. Although he has come back a little bit, but I think we're still ahead. So yeah, that's nicely done. On to lap 15. The next car ahead is Roman Grosjean, who has said that he's going to retire at the end of this season. But yeah, straight up the inside, and that is job done as well. So now up into 9th place behind Valtteri Bottas, who's on the hard tyres. On to lap 17 now, so a couple of laps later. Whoa! 2 moments in one corner there, which isn't great. So these tyres are starting to go off. I believe we said, what was it, lap 20 we decided to come in, which it is now, and we are coming in. So currently P4, ahead of Ricciardo by 8 seconds, and we are coming into the pits for our second and final stop of the race. So old hards, old mediums off, new mediums on. And it was a 3-second stop, so it wasn't great, and Ricciardo is in the pits as well, so that's fine. So we have come up ahead of Pierre Gasly, who's also on the mediums, and behind Antoine Hubert. And on the next lap, so lap 21, we actually do the fastest last sector, so we have got some decent pace at the moment with these newer medium tyres. Not really close enough to make a move though. Going into turn 1, we're going to have DRS coming out of turn 2. Not really an ideal coming out of turn 1. Going into turn 2, going to go around the outside. He's on the hard tyre. We're going to make that stick. We had the grippier tyre, and we got around the outside. Unbelievable move there. Wow, the one on Russell I thought was good. Oh, as he's actually coming back. But the one on Hubert was great as well, as yeah, he kind of backed out of that, as that's not a good place to overtake going into turn 4. That could end very badly. And we then decide to hunt down Alex Albon, who is in P7. So if we want to get a good result, we're going to have to overtake all these slower cars than us now. As we've already had to do, is we go up the inside of the Ferrari, and that should be job done. We're just going to apply the brakes. And we've gone in a little bit too deep, so he's going to get a bit of a cutback, but we've accelerated out of that well, and that is job done. So up to P7, another lap, another car to try and get past. This time it's Charlie Leclerc, but he's quite far away as we do the fastest lap of the race. So this is very good news. That's an extra point for us currently, and hopefully we can get past Leclerc sooner rather than later and our teammate, and that will be up to P5. So that is not a bad result at the moment. As yeah, look how much slower Leclerc is on those harder tyres. We are very close to the back of him there. I was going to say, I'm surprised we didn't actually go into the back of him. As we're going to try and get a better exit coming into turn 12 rather. Going to go around the outside. Are we going to make that stick? Yes, we are. So another move going into turn 12. We seem to like that spot as well. And is he still there? No, not really. And hopefully, if we can get close enough to Kvyat on this last corner, we might be able to get him down this straight. Obviously, he's going to have the same aero package and setup probably as us, so it's going to be not an easy overtake, I would have thought, but he is on the harder compound tyre. Obviously, way too far back to make a move going into turn 1, although he did gain a lot of time going through that, as obviously he's on the harder and older tyres. So he is going to be slower. Going into turn 2, we're going to try and go around the outside like we did Hubert. I don't think we've quite got the pace to do it, and unfortunately there's no team orders, so he's racing for position. He doesn't know that I'm his boss, and he should really get out of the way, as I am much quicker than him. We need one of those Fernando is quicker than you from to Felipe Massa when they're at Ferrari. That's what we need to do. Going into the chicane, and there is a yellow flag. Oh, so nearly went into the back of Kvyat. Is it Kvyat that's gone out? I think it is. He's gone super slow, but that was so dangerous there. Yeah, it is. Kvyat is out. Our teammate is out when he was going to get so many points for us. He is so unlucky. Let's have a look at what actually happened there. So coming through the chicane, something's broke, and we nearly went flying into the back of him, as I was not expecting that. And he just pulls over to the road there. No smoke or anything, so I'm not sure what it was. But yeah, let's have a look at that. Oh, in the slow-mo, that is really close. We could have easily lost our front wing there, if not our front tyre as well. So, yeah, not good. On lap 30, or the end of lap 30, we managed to pull away from Leclerc quite easily. And coming up to the back of Lance Stroll, who's also on the hard tyres. And if we can get past him, we will get P4, which is ridiculous. That is so good from where we have been in the previous couple of races. Well, we've had good races this season. We got the inside. I don't know what I'm talking about. We had great races this season. We got the inside of Stroll, but he has got the switchback. We're going to try and stay up the inside going into turn 2. He's going to go around the outside, but we have the grippier tyre. Hopefully, that is job done. And I think that is job done going through turn 3. So we're up to P4, which is great news. On to lap 33, coming around the last couple of corners, as Lewis Hamilton has stolen our fastest lap point, which is really annoying because I thought we generally would be doing really well on these medium tyres, although Hamilton is also on the medium tyres as well. And that was pretty much all she wrote. Loads of overtaking, and actually we were coming up to the back marker of Nicholas Latifi, so we could actually lap someone, which will be a first for us. And as we come around to the last corner, hopefully he gets out of the way and we can get that under our belt. It's going to be very close as we go over the line now. And we just don't do it, unfortunately. But we came 4th. What a result. Unbelievable. Would have been great if we could get that fastest lap point as well, but it is what it is. And Lance Stroll gets driver of the day. And Valtteri Bottas wins yet another race. He has done very well in this My Team series. He is currently the world champion, and I think he is still well in this title fight. I'm not sure whereabouts he is, but he's going to be well up there now as well, because that's another race win for him. So yeah, a confirmation there. That is Bottas from Hamilton, from Verstappen, and then us. So yeah, all the 2-stoppers pretty much didn't do very well. As you can see, the next 2-stopper after us was Daniel Ricciardo, who ended up finishing 8th. And 18 seconds behind us. So he was right up there with us at the beginning of the race. So yeah, that 2-stopper didn't really work for most cars in this, as the 1-stopper outside the top 10 going into this race from qualifying worked really well. And then sadly, looking at the bottom half of the grid, yep, our teammate was the only car that didn't finish. And that is really frustrating, as he would have got loads of points. Where would he have come? 6th, I think? So he would have picked up a good amount of points, which would have really helped us. The only other shock there was that Lando came 15th. Looking at the driver's standings, Valtteri Bottas is now leading the championship by 1 point ahead of his teammate Lewis Hamilton, and Daniel Ricciardo is 13 points behind Lewis with 74 points. And looking at us, we've moved up to 5th with a great result for us. Looking at the constructors, Mercedes has taken the lead apparently and are leading Red Bull by 44 points now. And also looking at us, we've actually moved up to 5th ahead of McLaren with a great weekend for us. Well, for me anyway. Shame about Danny, but it is what it is. Looking at the rivalry breakdown with Lando, we got 4 points to his 2, and that means we are leading now 22-20. Get in there. Alright, so that's going to wrap up this race. What a result for us. P4, could not believe that really. I did know our car had quite a good pace, we just didn't really show it in qualifying yesterday. So yeah, it is nice to kind of get that result. The 2-stopper though was just mad. We had to overtake so many cars, which was great fun. And I hope you enjoyed the race too. And if you did, drop a like on it, as it always helps us out. And if you want to see more content and more F1 2021 content when that comes out, then subscribe to the channel. As always, let me know what you thought of the race in the comments below. And if you just want to say hi or you've got any questions, let me know in the comments as well. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Alrighty then, I've been Jumbo and I'll catch you guys in the next one.